Alright, we are back with another video, and it is painting day, which I'm not excited about. I am actually dreading this a lot, and I cannot wait to be done with it. As you can see, we got the whole car ready to be painted, we got the whole front end covered, and we just need to wipe down the interior real quick and get it painted. So it's been primered, I've scuffed it up. I was kind of in the last video, as much as I could put in the last video, it was in there. But it's all black and it's ready to go. So we need to do one coat of base black, and then we're gonna do however many coats of the green mid coat, and then 2 or 3 coats of clear. So we got lots and lots of paint going down in this thing, and it's going to take forever. So I'm not really excited for this at all, but we gotta do it. All right, we got the car all painted on the interior. Jesus, and it looks insane. Like genuinely looks insane. It's hard to tell where there's not light shining, because otherwise it just kind of looks like a really, really dark green. Once the sun hits it, it's crazy. It is insane. I mean, oh man, I love it. I love it so much. This car's been sitting out here all day. I painted it a few days back. So the interior and the engine bay are both painted. And the paint match is pretty fucking good, so we're all looking good. As you see over here, we are getting ready to put the interior, the interior back together, which means we can put the engine in and we can put stuff in. Sorry, these fans might be a little loud on the mic. We got the valve cover primed, we have the windshield wiper cover primed, and we have the brake booster primed. These two are going to be black. This is going to be the green that is on the interior of the car. So we're going to get into painting these. This does have to be painted black too. There has to be a black coat for the green to go over, otherwise there'll be a green tint to this valve cover that is now going to be gray. So we don't want that. So we're going to paint the valve cover black, we're going to paint that black, and then this is going to get green over the black. So you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so as you see here, we got a mess full of shit like this that's gonna get painted, so I'm gonna throw it off to the side. What we need to do is get the gas, the brake, and the clutch pedal ready to be painted as well, because I am not putting anything on the car that looks like this. This looks terrible. So when we get off this bolt, this sensor, plastic, spring, and pedal, and then we're gonna paint this whole piece. Same with the other three, I guess. This one's not that bad. I think this is the gas pedal. There's literally just a C-clip and then it pops out. So we're gonna do that. I really need to get the booster out of the way, so I'm just gonna throw it on the car because it is ready to go on the car technically. So I painted this, obviously, as you can see. We have the gasket on the back, we have the nuts on the back, so we're literally just gonna slide it on. Boom, that's the booster installed. One of the first things in the actual engine bay itself, if you don't really count the subframe at all, but we do have a Z32 master cylinder we're gonna be putting on here from GK Tech. I don't know if that's gonna be in this video or not. Hopefully it fits, I'm sure it will, but. All right, so I had to make some drastic moves that I'm not happy with at all, but it had to be done. So, you guys remember there was a bar to the cage right there. You can actually see it over there, cut off. I had to cut off the bar for the roll cage, and that is to keep the dash and all the stuff under the dash and just all of it factory, unfortunately. So I'm not real happy about it, but I think it was the right decision to make. So we have this bolted in, and I might actually have to unbolt it. So what we're doing next is we are going to be putting in the heater core, which I don't know if that will go in with the dashboard in. So it's literally all bolted in, but I think I have to take it all out. So we have the heater core over there, we have the shift boot and the nice zinc plated ring around it right there. We already got the rubber little gaskets in, that you can see right there on the firewall. I kind of cleaned them up with degreaser. They still don't look great, but we're gonna roll with it. So that's all in, ready for the heater core over there. I'm gonna give the heater core a good wiping down though, because it is dirty as hell. It's been sitting under my patio for quite a while. So I'm gonna wipe that off. We're gonna throw it in there. Hopefully I don't need to take the dashboard back out, but we'll see what happens. All right, so we got some stuff bolted in. We have the blower housing and the evap housing all bolted in, well, sort of bolted in. It still needs a few more bolts, but actually, I guess the blower housing is bolted in. The heater core needs a few more bolts. The steering wheel support is bolted in completely. We have these 4 bolts in, and then we just need these 2 for the steering wheel, and then there's 2 more nuts down there for the steering wheel. Got the shifter boot in, and yeah. So right now we are gonna get this steering column in the car. I don't know if the wheels are straight though, so that's gonna be a little rough. I don't think they are. I think it needs to go to the right one. Anyways, before we do that though, we need to replace the bushing down here, which we are gonna be using an ISR one. It is a solid bushing. I'm pretty sure it's just an aluminum bushing, I don't know. But it should be really easy with the steering rack off compared to in the car. So we're just gonna do that right quick. All right, so there's just 2 nuts on the top right here. We need to take off. Should have known it was going to be that easy, right? That's toasty. God damn, that's hot. All right. All right. Ah, damn it. I'm burning myself. Okay, so this is the rubber bushing right here that we were replacing. Let's see, nice and shitty. So just take these nuts off, I'm assuming. Probably need a wrench. Ow. Fucking hell, these things are hot. Take this whole thing off the top. I don't know if I need these little bushings still, but this is the old factory bushing. So there's gonna be a big difference between these two. Like this one is very soft rubber. I can literally flex it, while this one's obviously solid metal. So it doesn't seem like we need to reuse these bushings though, because they do slide into this new one. Yeah, pop them bitches out. All right, so gonna slide this on there right there, put these bushings in, and then it should be good to put these bushings in, I think. Maybe. this one on. Put on these smoldering hot nuts. All right. So that is that bolted down. That is a lot nicer looking. So now, oh shit. Just don't know that was gonna happen. Go back in there. Hold those in. In all the way. I think we're good. Oh my god, these are still way hotter. What the hell? I can't hold them. Okay. Alright, well, that is the bushing installed. So the steering rack should be a lot stiffer now. Hopefully. We can hope. Now we need to get it in the car, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Okay, so we got the steering wheel bolted on all the way. You can see that, oh, sorry. You can see that there's the 2 bolts holding on the steering wheel right there. And then there's the 2 nuts back there. And then while we're here, you can see that there is a brake pedal and a clutch pedal. The clutch pedal is kind of just sitting in it. The brake pedal is fully bolted in. That fucking sucked balls. Putting that brake pedal in with the steering wheel in, it sucked ass. So there's that. I don't know if I showed that yet, the shift boot's in. But yeah, so we're gonna put the clutch pedal in right now. We have our brand new clutch master right here. I don't think I needed a new one, but I got one just because I think it was only like 20 bucks. So there's that. Here is the brake master that we're also going to be putting on, our nice painted booster. This is actually black, which I think is really cool. It matches the rest of the car. So we're going to be putting that on as well. That is from GK Tech and then also HFM. I don't know, I'm assuming they partnered up or something to make that. So there's that. That's all going to be done hopefully in this video. We got the wiper motor in over there. There's a cam sitting on the fender. I'm hoping to kind of mold the lip down on that fender. So there's a cam out of a 5.3 just sitting over there. But yeah, we're gonna get to putting more stuff in. All right, so we got a lot going on today. It's kind of a shit show. I don't know where anything's at. I'm missing a lot of stuff. So what we got going on right now, so we have the car back in the air. You can see the tires are off the ground. So we're gonna pull the tires off, get those out of the way. I want to run the brake lines for the master. The big thing is we're gonna have to find the rear junction block. We're gonna have to find the brackets for the front. We're gonna have to find the gaskets for the holes right there. And yeah, we have the handle in for the hood and the fuel door pop. We have all the pedals bolted in completely. That's all good. We have the defroster vents in with a new gasket on. I try to kind of mock the dash up a little bit, but the steering wheel needs to come out because it's just, at least I hope that's the only thing that needs to come out because that cage is not going in very easy. We obviously have to trim for the cage, but it was nowhere near fitting. So I'm hoping pulling the steering wheel off will get that to fit a little easier. We got the battery back here. I don't know if I showed that. So we have our little Miata battery back here. This thing weighs about 20 pounds, so very light. I'm thinking this is where I'm gonna put it. I know a lot of people put them over here. I feel like I like over here more though. So I think we're gonna go right here. We'll run the battery cable over the top, under, and I was kind of debating putting the breaker. We're rewiring this whole entire chassis, by the way. I was thinking of putting the breaker somewhere right here. Probably right here somewhere. And this is probably where the fuse box is going to be, right behind the driver's seat. So that's all stuff for probably next video, honestly. I don't know. But for now, we get the tires off, out of the way. I do want to put the rear bash bar on. Our Turn 5 rear bash bar. I think it's super nice. Nice and powder coated. I want to get that on and see if I can get that bumper on for the most part. This fiberglass is gonna need a lot of work. This is cheaper fiberglass, so I'm not looking forward to that, but we are gonna get working on all of that. This is what I want you guys to understand I have to dig through. Here's the engine. We've got 2 transmissions. Got engine hoist, engine stands. We have a whole SR down here in these boxes. Whole SR, my fabricating table, wiring harnesses, more bolts, turbos off the N54, rods off 5.3, oil pan off of 5.3, heads off of 5.3, fuel tank, tail lights, bunch of exhaust material. Yeah. Drive shaft, we need a new center support bearing for that. I do want a one-piece drive shaft. I don't know if we're gonna get that done before the wedding or not, which I also don't know if I really want to, because we are swapping the engine, most likely. So it's like getting a drive shaft would be kind of a waste of money. So there's that. The doors and the hatch are over here next to the welding tank. It's a shit show, man. I gotta dig through all this to find stuff. I don't know where the ignition cylinder's at. I don't know where any of those brake parts are at. I literally have no idea where anything is at. So fuck me. All right, I don't know how much time I have until this camera overheats, but just slide the bash bar in here. I don't really think I've even tried to put this in yet. There's right there. It's funny, this car has never in my possession had any kind of crash bars in the front or the rear. I somehow bought a car without any crash support. Maybe a little pain in the ass to thread these in. God damn it. Hey, this hole doesn't line up very well. Got 3 out of 4 bolts in, but that should be good. Cool. I'm fucking dying in here. Alright, so we're putting these headlight bezels back together for the most part. We're still gonna be missing a few pieces on them, but I already got one put together just so I could figure out how to do it. So we're gonna start, I need to find it. We're gonna start off with this little bumper pad thing, and it just goes kind of right down there where that square nut is. You gotta thread it in from the side where you think you wouldn't thread it in, which is right here. I'm pretty sure. This seems to work pretty good on the other side. I dropped it. Alright, and so basically what this pad does is it stops the headlight from opening too much. So that's about full open. And it's hitting it right there. So you can actually adjust it with it in the car, which we'll have to do when we're actually ready for that, which isn't gonna be for a while. So I gotta adjust it down pretty far, and I'll have to do for now. So now we're gonna put this rubber grommet, which this came off the headlight. I'm surprised it's still intact. And it is gonna go right here. Kind of give it a twist and hope it doesn't rip, which we're good now. So when it closes, it doesn't hit on metal to metal. So there's that. What else do we got here? Guess we could probably put in this piece. I do need to get another screw for this just because I had to cut one of them off. But this plastic or this metal piece goes over this plastic piece. And there's a little groove at the top right there that you can kind of see. And then there's also a groove on here that it needs to go into. So there's only one way that can go on. Slide that in there. So yeah, we only have one screw for this side. So I'll have to try to find more of those, but one will do for now. I think it'll do for now, we'll see. So that's, oh yeah, that's good, okay. So there's supposed to be 2, obviously, 1 and 2. And then this bottom one is where this big adjustment screw goes in right there. But we're not putting that in yet. All right, so we're gonna put the motor on right now. I think it goes on this side. Nope, don't put that in there. I kind of have to figure this one out again. I think it goes right here. Yeah. All right, so we got that headlight on, or the motor. We do need to tighten it though. I don't even know if these are the right bolts or not. These bolts are literally all over the car, so it's like it's kind of hard to tell which ones go where. This is probably like 40 to 50% of the bolts on this car are this exact same bolt. I just grabbed these short ones because they seem to work, and the short ones don't really seem to work on a lot of the stuff on here. So if they work on here, then I would feel like they're supposed to be the short ones. All right, so we got that motor all tightened down. Just fucking jammed my finger. I think this bracket's bent. A little bit, okay. So, essentially this car has never had pop-up headlights since I have owned it. I actually got these assemblies probably 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, I think it's been like 6. It's been like 6 years. I bought these assemblies 6 years ago, and they came half completed. They didn't have the plastic bezel on the outside, and they only had one rod. So luckily GK Tech makes these rods. I think this was about 35 bucks, where an OEM one is $100 fucking dollars. $100 for this rod. You do get this arm too, but that's not worth it in my opinion. So I got this from GK Tech, and let's see here. Just need to figure out how these go on. Okay. So this arm's obviously gonna have to be adjusted. The other arm's probably good. Boom. So now we have a nice black arm on this one. Looks a lot nicer than the other one. I don't really think you'll even see this, so now we can spin this little cap right here, and the headlight will open. Again, well, we're gonna have to adjust it when everything is together, and we can see where everything goes on the car. Like as far as the bumper and the hood goes, and the fenders and all that shit. So that is about as far as that's gonna open. Yeah, it's starting to close now. So that's full open right now, at least as far as it'll go. You can turn this and it will actually lift it up more until it hits that bump stop. So now it's contacting that bump stop. Don't know if that's gonna be too far or far enough. It might be good actually. Okay, so that's the motor, the arm, and a few little miscellaneous screws. So we also have these square nuts that need to go on. There's 2 on this side. Just slide on right there. Most of these are zinc plated. I think there's only 2 of them that aren't, and I don't know why, because they were in the box of the zinc plating thing. But you can't really see these, so it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, not zinc plated, but it's fine. And this is where that bezel goes on. That's not gonna fall, no. This is where the plastic bezel goes on over the sides, or I think it's fiberglass actually, I don't know. But that plastic bezel, that is gonna hide like literally everything we just put on here, basically. I did have to order new screws for these because these kits, these assemblies I bought forever ago didn't come with the bezel, and it didn't come with the screws. So had to order some of those. They'll be here some point in time. That's that. So another issue we have is this. So this is where one of the adjustment screws are supposed to go. It's broken. So what I'm going to attempt to do is see if I can still put it in there and put the screw in, and see if the screw will spread the bottom out enough to make it not come out. Whether the screw will even go in there or not, I don't know. If it doesn't, I'm gonna try to 3D print one. So we'll see what happens. But this one is gonna go in this hole right here. So we will kind of just drop in 1/2 and then we'll drop in the other half. And actually that fits in there rather snug. That might work. That kind of didn't even want to go in there, so I'm gonna grab the headlight now. Okay, now I hate these headlights a lot. I'm gonna get new ones sooner or later. Before the wedding, I'm gonna get new ones because I despise these. These are ugly as shit. But it's what we have right now, so it's good. We're gonna put in there for now. Okay, I promise you, we are getting rid of these ugly ass eBay ass fucking headlights. So there's clips. There's this one on the bottom, and there's this one on the side. So this is where the really long bolt's gonna go in, and this is where the shorter bolt's gonna go in. And then this is where the springs are gonna go. We actually don't have springs right now though. I had to order those as well. So we're waiting on the springs, but we can still put this shit together. So this is just gonna sit in there like so. So you can see this little groove. There's a little groove right here. and that goes right inside the groove, or this metal goes right inside the groove. Same thing with this one. There is a little groove in there that's gonna go inside right there. So both of those are in. I'll line up those screws. Hope this threads in so I don't have to try to design and 3D print one. I think it is going in. Yeah, I think we're good. Put this one in. Cool. So basically, this is how you adjust the left to right, is with this screw. So if it's aiming too far in one direction, you can either tighten or loosen this and it'll go left to right. And this one's gonna be up and down. So if you need to aim it up or down more, that's what this one's for. Okay. Obviously it's not fully tightened down because we're missing the spring, but it's gonna be good for now, so. So now we're gonna put these in the car. Again, it's just gonna be in there temporarily. I'm literally just gonna put the 2 bolts on the top. I'm not gonna put in any of these bottom ones yet, so yeah. All right, so this is the right side of the car, as you can clearly tell. Drop these in. Would obviously be easier with no bumper and shit, even though the bumper's just sitting here, it's not in the car. All right, so we're gonna put that there. And as you can obviously see, these bezels are black while the car is green. I'm going to have to at least try to paint match them a little bit. Place where you can see all the bolt holes have fucking paint in them and shit, so it makes these really hard to tighten all the way. It's really annoying. Okay, well, there's that headlight. Well, that's the headlights on the car. These headlights just make the car look so fucking cheap and like ugly. Like, obviously the car's not all put together or anything, but like I just think they look so fucking terrible and they make the car look just like a cheap pile of shit. No offense if you have them, but like that's my opinion, you know. So yeah, this bumper's literally just sitting here though. It's not bolted down at all. It's just sitting on the bash bar. The bumper support pieces are at my work right now. I primered them yesterday. I'm probably going to paint them tomorrow. That way we can at least get this bumper kind of mocked up a little bit, and we'll see how it looks. That's all the way down. We do have the lenses that I could put on there. One of them was sort of painted, needs to be repainted, and the other one's a completely wrong color, because that's why I tested the paint on before I went with this color. So that was a long time ago. All right, I do think this is probably where we're gonna leave this video. I wanna make their own video for the brake lines, just because there's like no videos on the finishing line brake lines, which I don't even think I've showed you guys yet. So you have to wait for that video, but this thing's coming together and it looks great. I do have the side skirts on. I'm using on faintly. They're literally just like sitting on there, again, like the bumper. They're not bolted or anything, so I haven't gone too far with that. Quarter panels are all fairly on. We're using these temporary rivet things that are actually really nice. Very expensive, but very, very helpful. Bumper's on, but as you can see, it's like angled upwards, and I really hate it. So we're gonna try to fix that. There's a few little imperfections right here. You can literally like almost put your finger between there. But again, this side's on too. I need to kind of put one there, but it's all coming together. Big ass gap right there. Side skirts just sitting on again. Fenders are sitting on. Literally the only thing that's bolted down are those rear quarter panels and the rear bumper. And then we got these painted, and they're just sitting here too because I don't have any of the pieces to put it on. Fuck, man. But anyways, yeah, that's all just, I mean, that looks so nice. It's just, this car is just looking great, and I'm really happy with it. So We need to get the steering wheel off. We need to get the dash on. There's a lot to do. There's still so much to do. So I'm kind of in a spot right now where I'm just like lost. It's like there's so much to do and I don't know what to do first. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. You can expect the next few videos to be the brake lines, just showing you guys how to do the brake lines, how to route them. And then wiring is also going to be next. We're going to be running all the chassis wiring. So we have our battery. I'm waiting on a few things right now to get it started. And then we also have an engine refresh, kind of refresh. I'm not doing anything crazy, no head gasket or anything like that. So those are like the next 3-ish videos coming up. And then getting the engine in a car, obviously, might be in the engine refresh video, I don't know. But expect that all to come out. Maybe get this car running and driving in the next month or two. That would be great. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in those next videos.